All right, shalom, shalom to the elective nation of Israel. Before I get started, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and my elders of great millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Love and honor my fellow I can push the word in true faith and sincerity across the four corners. Shalom, peace and blessings to you sincere listeners and you sincere subscribers of the Men Doctrine Great Millstone. This is the brother you died from G. Messon Atlanta Church. Come with a quick lesson here, going into this article from usnews.com, going to this meeting between the Russian President Vladimir Putin and President of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro. And this is an important meeting and an important thing to note. And this is actually from today, reading the caption of this the headline picture here. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin right and Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro shake hands after a joint news conference following their talks in the Kremlin in Moscow, Russia, Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. And that's actually today. So this picture is, only hours old, But going to the article, it says, Putin hosts leader of Brazil for talks amid Ukraine crisis. It reads, Russian President Vladimir Putin has hosted his Brazilian counterpart, Jair Bolsonaro, for talks in Moscow and held ties between the two countries, which he described as friendship and mutual understanding. And this is an important meeting and an important ally of Russia, and Russia also being an important ally of Brazil. Okay, in which we know that the lands of Brazil, that's a land densely and heavily populated with our brethren Asher, of that particular tribe. But there's also, just like there is in America, in certain cities and locales in America, you have a mixture of different tribes of Israel. Like you have certain places, especially like in the Midwest, you have a high mixture and propensity to have Gad and Judah, or you may have a mixture between Reuben and Judah, or Gad and Reuben, or Judah and Issachar, even Gad and Issachar, because there's a heavy mixing and mingling. Matter of fact, I get a precept real quick, because this is all pursuant to the prophecies. So this is Deuteronomy 28, and I start at verse 24. It's like it's 64, and it reads, And the Lord Yahweh Shai shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And this is going to the curses written in the second portion of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, in which would befall upon our people if we, did not continue to adhere to the will of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, I'll just jump back to the article. Getting back to the article, it says, Moscow AP, it says, Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday hosted his Brazilian counterpart, Jair Bolsonaro, for talks in Moscow and held ties between the two countries, which he described as consisting of friendship and mutual understanding. Bolsonaro's first trip to Russia came at a point of soaring tensions between Moscow and the West, fueled by fears that Russia plans to invade Ukraine, and he went ahead with it despite doubts Brazilian and U.S. officials expressed about its timing. And so this is the, please said Prime Minister. Prime Minister or President. President. It's like President. Brazil's President Bolsonaro, this is his first time going to Russia, in which this is one alliance that we here at Great Millstone have been speaking on for a while, beginning with our apostles and the elders, going into the importance of the alliance of the BRICS alliance and the BRICS nation. So in which the BRICS nations include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So this is an alliance, that, really through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai was set up to be fostered in these end days. And when put in the context of the impeding judgment and destruction to come to Babylon the Great, aka America, it makes perfect sense that this alliance would grow in power and influence leading up to that final judgment, So I just have here, it's from www.gov.za, which I believe that's the South African government. But it says Fifth BRICS Summit, general background. It says, what is BRICS? It says BRICS is an acronym for the powerful grouping of the world's leading emerging market economies, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The BRICS mechanism aims to promote peace, security, development, and cooperation. And you see, so like I said, this is an alliance set up through the spirit by Yahweh Shema Shai to have an important factor, and component to play along and coincide with prophecy. In which one thing that they said about the BRICS nation, it says, going to that second sentence in that second bullet point, it says, I'll just read the whole second bullet point. It says the BRICS mechanism aims to promote peace, security, development, and cooperation. See, so it says peace, security, development, and cooperation, in which, going to the smooth words of this, these devils, man, that don't sound half bad, Here these countries are coming together to promote peace, security, development, and cooperation. So what investment and cooperation, but we know through prophecy, and through understanding of the scriptures, that any type of government or establishment or alliance set up by any group of Edomites or heathens, it's going to have ulterior motives, and it won't be upheld and ran through righteousness, through actual adherence to the scriptures, but just reading that made me think of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, 1 Thessalonians 5:3. I start at the top. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You see, in which, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai has it to where, we'll look into these certain things. We'll look into, these meetings in which, like I said, this is a meeting that, or at least this picture came from today. This is, really in a sense, late breaking news, but at the same time, we're able to connect it to, things that have already been taught through the doctrine. It's just further evidence that what we're speaking here is actually the truth. Verse 3: for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see, going to what they were saying about that peace, security, development, cooperation, we understand that in some way, shape, or form, these heathens are pushing towards the implementation of the MOTB. That's going to be the ultimate buy-in into whatever system that they're trying to push. Read one more verse, 1 Thessalonians 5:4, and it reads, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. And you see, that's why I was saying, through the spirit, the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, has it to where, we as a body, we're catching these events, and we're putting out the understanding out there, man, of the importance and significance of these events. Um, Lord willing, I'll put the links to these pages in the description. But I just want to read a little bit more on the article before I close out for the sake of time. I don't want the lesson to be drag out too long. Picking back up in the article, it says, the two leaders didn't mention Ukraine or Russia's demands for security guarantees, precluding NATO expansion eastward during their opening remarks or the news conference after the talks going into Ukraine. The importance of what's going on right now in the Ukraine. What's real quick, I'm gonna pull up a map, Lord willing, because really also getting to these maps helps to see certain things, that are being spoken of in the scriptures, So right now, you have Russia, you have Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, the country up here in the northeast part of was sometimes called Eurasia, Europe and Asia, northeast part of Asia above China, meeting with the president of Brazil. You see over here, Brazil, which is on the eastern part of South America, in which, like I said, going into the importance of how all links up with prophecy, in which I may not have time to get into it in the depth I want right now, but getting into even Ezekiel 38th chapter, going to the importance of the geographies of what's spoken in the scriptures, going to the so-called Middle East as well, Iraq, Iran, Syria, Turkey, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Libya, but also to speaking towards the importance of these connections and these alliances with, like I said, even the BRICS, in which the BRICS, you have Russia here in the northeast part of Asia, you have China here in the southeast part of Asia, or southern to southeast part of Asia. We already spoke on Brazil here, in which Brazil, this is an important ally for Russia and China because it's in the West. You see, it's geographically very, very close to America, But then also you have South America here, which, thinking about that logistically, it's a great country to pick up in as far as this BRICS alliance, because of its access to the waterways, being the Horn of Africa, And then, too, they're speaking on security. So when they're speaking on security, that means what? Securing also these trade routes, in which, what? If and when, so to speak, a war breaks out, in which they know that World War III is going to break out, they have to be able to secure these waterways and these trade routes. You see, that's why this alliance is a very important alliance. This is what we spoke on it time and time again, But this is just, yet another example of the importance of these alliances that the BRICS nations have created. I'm read a little bit more and then close out. Let's see. I think there was one or two more points I wanted to make from here. Oh, here we go. So this is jumping down a little bit more. It says, Russia and Brazil are traditionally united by relations of friendship and mutual understanding. The strategic partnership between our countries covers a variety of areas. We jointly strive to develop political, economic, and humanitarian ties. We closely cooperate on the international stage, Putin said. So Putin is pretty much letting, the world know that this is a serious alliance. This is a serious international alliance, in which, yes, it is a serious international alliance, And you know what it does, too? It puts pressure on America Joe Biden and his administration, because Joe Biden, his administration in NATO and certain members of the EU have been speaking on their disapproval of President Vladimir Putin putting and mounting up troops on the Ukrainian border, on the border of, I believe it is Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, it is Russia. Yeah, because Moscow's right there. In which they have to. You see, this is important. This is important. They have to. Here it is, Moscow, which I believe is the capital of Russia, if I'm not mistaken, is right here near Ukraine, and they're trying to really slick make Ukrainian a NATO country, NATO ally. Hey, Vladimir Putin can't have that. So here it is. Joe Biden, his administration, and NATO is putting pressure on Russia, to de-escalate and demount troops on the Russia-Ukrainian border. And here it is, Vladimir Putin is meeting with the president of Brazil, letting them know, hey, we are serious international allies, in which they are serious international allies. He's not lying. Get a little bit more. It says, Bolsonaro said the two countries share common values such as the belief in God and the defense of family. Also, we are in solidarity with all those countries that want and that commit themselves to peace. And see, it's going to reach a boiling point in which the finger will be pointed on the United States to be those authors of international, just unpeace, non-peace, by pushing that everywhere, man. They push it, man. It's obvious. So I'm gonna jump down here and kind of get to the point. So this is Ezekiel 38:1. It reads, "And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Shah, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." When the scripture here is speaking of Gog, the land of Magog, is speaking of the current inhabitants of that land, which would be the present day Russians. I'm gonna jump down, verse 7. "Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." And you see, this is why, going back to even this meeting today, okay, in which when you go up in Ezekiel 38, it's speaking of other allies, the Iranians, the South and North Africans, Turks, but continue going forth towards World War III. This is why, you see Vladimir Putin and the Russian country, having allies throughout the four corners as well. Because Yahweh Shah is prepping them to be a guard unto all of his allies throughout the entirety of the four corners. I'm going to jump down. Verse 10. "Thus saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Shah, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them that dwell without walls and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land." And see, that's why I said too, just the importance of this particular alliance, because this is going to be an avenue and way that, Yahweh Shai will use Russia and its allies to invade America through this particular ally as well, Brazil. You got all this land. And then if you keep the alliance with South Africa, then you got Russia, China, India. You keep that alive, you can ship those troops and supplies and goods, whatever you need to move, in preparation for war against the United States right through Brazil. It all ties hand in hand. So I'm ending the lesson off here. Lord willing, edified. Once again, before I close out, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and my elders, a great millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Love and honor to my fellow Akim, pushing the word in truth, faith, and sincerity across the four corners. Shalom, peace and blessings to you sincere listeners and you sincere subscribers of the Man Doctrine Great Millstone. Lord willing, be edified. Until next time, Shalom.